A very good morning, dear students. Today, in this video lecture, we are going to study about epidemiology. The prime focus of this video lecture will be the introduction of epidemiology, its applications, and basic terminology that are used in the study of epidemiology. Epidemiology is the basic science of community medicines. If we break down the word epidemiology, its meaning will come out as epi means among, demos matlab people, logos means study. That makes epidemiology the study among peoples. Now let's talk about the definition of epidemiology. As per Perkins, it is that branch of science which treats epidemics. As per Frost, it is the science of mass phenomena of infectious disease. As per Greenwood, the study of any disease as a mass phenomena. As per McMahon, it's the study of the distribution and determinants of disease frequency in man. As per John M. Last, epidemiology is the study of the distribution and determinants of health related states or events in specified populations and the application of this study to the control of health problems. Epidemiology often more concerned with the well-being of society as a whole than with the well-being of individuals. In these definitions, three components are common: study of disease frequency, that is, frequency of disease, disabilities, or death, and summarizing in the form of rates and ratios. Study of the distribution, that is, pattern of disease, that is, time, place, and person. Study of the determinants, that is, underlying cause or risk factors. So now let's talk about the components of epidemiology. The first one is disease frequency, which is rate or ratio. The second one is distribution of disease, that is time, place, and person. Third one is determinants of disease, that is, cause or risk factors. Now the distribution is with respect to time, when occurred, place, where it occurred, and in person, age, sex, race, and occupation. Determinants, that is cause, factors that influence the risk of disease. The first one, host factor, factors that determine the host exposure, age, sex, genetic, physiology, nutritional status, constitutional makeup, previous immunological experience, occupation. Aim of epidemiology. According to IEA, that is International Epidemiological Association, its aim is first one to describe the distribution and magnitude of health and disease problem in human population. The second one is to identify the etiological factors and risk factors in pathogenesis of disease. Third one is to provide data essential to planning, implementation, and evaluation of services for prevention, control, and treatment of diseases, and setting of priorities among the services. The ultimate aim of epidemiology is to lead effective action to eliminate or reduce health problem or its consequences. Second one is to promote the health and well-being of society as a whole. One more topic, that is clinical medicine, is often misunderstood with epidemiology. Here are some difference between clinical medicine and epidemiology. The first one is clinical medicine is the unit of study in cases or case, whereas epidemiology is the unit of study is the population. Second one is it is clinical medicine is concerned with the disease in person, whereas epidemiology is concerned with disease pattern in population, both sick and healthy. The third one is clinical medicine gives diagnosis and treatment and prognosis of the case. The diagnostic techniques are refined and modified, whereas epidemiologist is interested in the source of infection, mode of spread, and trend of disease. It evaluates the outcome of preventive and therapeutic measure and give clue to administrator for effective management. The last point is under clinical medicine, the patient goes to clinician, whereas in epidemiology, epidemiologist goes to the community. Epidemiological approach. The epidemiological approach to the problem of health and disease is based on two major foundations. The first one is asking questions, and the second one is making comparisons based on the answers received. Now let's study about the uses of epidemiology. Its first and very use in the healthcare management. Under this, making community diagnosis, planning and evaluation of health services, developing health policies, understanding disease process, studying natural history of disease, searching for causes and risk factors, historic studies of risk and fail of disease, identification of syndromes. The third use is its use in public health practices. Under this, investigation of epidemics, surveillance of disease, making projection for future, formulating medical teaching circulars, assisting in clinical practices, assessing effectiveness of treatment modalities, assessing effectiveness of preventive modalities, studying prognostic factors, studying effectiveness of diagnostic modalities, assisting in clinical decision making, indispensable for basic planning, conducting and analyzing clinical research. Disease frequency. First one is the rate. It signifies speed or the frequency of occurrence per unit of time. The numerator is a part of the denominator. Example is notification rate of new sputum smear positive cases, new SS positive, 1 lakh population. Now the cure rate is the ratio of number of cases cured with number of cases under treatment and is multiplied with 100. Ratio, a number or quantity of one item in comparison to the other. Both the items are not a part of each other. Example is sex ratio. First one is new smear positive to the new smear negative. New smear positive ratio extrapulmonary. Third one is non seriously ill extrapulm. Seriously ill extrapulm. The next one is the proportion. Measurement of the size of a part out of the whole, usually the whole taken as 100. If the fraction is too small, the base can be 1000 or any multiple of 10. Numerator is always a part of denominator. Now let us study various terminologies that are used in epidemiology. The first one is epidemic. The unusual occurrence of disease, specific health related behavior, that is example smoking, or other health related events, example traffic accident, in community or region clearly in excess of expected occurrence. Endemic, constant presence of a disease or infectious agent within a given geographical area or population group without importation from outside throughout the year in certain parts of country. Sporadic, scattered outbreak of infectious disease in different parts. Pandemic, an epidemic usual affecting a large proportion of population occurring over a wide geographical area. Exotic, infection is imported from outside. Zoonosis, infectious disease of animals transmitted to man. Examples are rabies and plague. Carrier, a person or animal who harboring specific infectious agent without showing signs and symptoms of the disease. Communicable disease, illness transferred directly or indirectly from the sick to the healthy person. Surveillance, the continuous scrutiny of the factors that determines the occurrence and distribution of disease and other conditions of ill health. Eradication, termination of all transmission of infection by extermination of infectious agent through surveillance and containment.